Over here, you can see that I have a picture, and one of the things that you can do is apply blur filters to it. So in order to access the blur filters, you can go to the filter menu right here, and here under blur, you can see there's different sort of blurs that you can apply. There's something like surface blur right here, just like this, which allows you to add in blur to its surface right here. And you can see the preview over here, just like this as well. Similarly, you can go around over here and apply smart blur to it right here and apply the threshold out and choose the quality as well and choose the mode right here. And once you press OK, the blur will be applied, making things much more softer, as you can see. Let me just press Ctrl Z right here and go to the filter menu and go to blur over here again. You can apply radial blur to this as well. So I can increase the amount of radial blur and you can go around, spin it, or make sure that it is like zoom and press OK, and that sort of blur will be added out. Let me just press Ctrl Z over here again and go to filter onto blur right here, and you can also go around, add in motion blur to this, as you can see, and change around the angle of the blur over here as well. Let me just go around over here onto filter onto blur, and there's a lens blur over here that you can add as well. So lens blur is more like detailed level of blur and more accurate type of blur. You can work around with rotation, the level of brightness right here, change around the threshold right here, just like this. Even work around with noise, as you can see right here, to change around the blur level right here. So this is more accurate level of blur, and you can even make it more accurate right here, but it does take a bit of processing time. But if you want an accurate result, then you can use this option over here as well. You can also go around and use, let's say for example, depth maps over here if you have them over here as well, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to go around and keep this to none and press OK, and that'll be applied. Let me just press Ctrl Z right here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around onto blur right here, and then you can see that there's Gaussian blur, which is more like a quick level of blur similar to lens blur right here, but it is much more quick but isn't very accurate. Then you can go around over here onto blur. You can just blur more to just go around and increase the blur a bit right here, just like this. Let me press Ctrl Z again, and you can go around over here onto blur and blur it out over here just like this as well, and even go around for average level of blur, which adds in a bit of blur to it. So that is how you can utilize the blur filters inside of Adobe Photoshop Elements. So I hope you guys learned something as always, and as always, please like, comment, share and subscribe.